Okay. This is Robb Flynn and Machinehead. See ya. Robb Flynn, Machinehead, vocalist and guitar player.
And sick of hanging out with Slayer?
And sick of hanging out with Slayer? Nah. And they're the guys with all the alcohol. I'm not sick of them.
Sick of the alcohol?
Actually, I haven't really been drinking too much on this tour. I just like basically on the days off, every night after the show, I drink a beer or two, just whatever, chill. But like the other night with Slayer, we all got hell of hammered and shit, fucking, because they get like 3 bottles of Stoli a night, Stolichny vodka. So we helped them drink it. It was fun.
Jesus. You stayed in Amsterdam yesterday?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's killer. It's a beautiful city, man. It's laid out really cool because like all the waterways going through the city and stuff. The red light district is a fine thing, and I don't smoke hash or weed, but the rest of those guys smoke hell of it, and so they were quite happy to be in there, find weed and shit. It was cool.
You didn't spend any money in the horse?
No.
Why is that?
I don't pay to come. Just like the Bad Brains song, I won't pay to come.
You're into that, Bad Brains?
Mm-hmm. Hella.
What are your influences anyway? Just Bad Brains? Can't imagine that.
Lots of stuff. I mean, tons of music. As far as like my personal influences or like musical influence. Bad Brains, Cro-Mags. I like Old Discharge. I like All Merciful Fate, Old Exodus, like the first album, Exodus. Let's get that straight and clear. Shit like that. You know, I like new shit too. Fear Factory, fucking Meshuggah. You know, like a lot of bands. I listen to a lot of hip hop and have listened to a lot of hip hop since I was very young. And so I listen to like right now I listen to like the Wu-Tang Clan and Method Man and shit like that.
Cool. The music of Machinehead, it would be like I would listen to this like 8 years ago. It would be like New York hardcore style music, not the same though, but inspired by it. By now, this metal touch to it is so popular. You can see it. Biohazard is so big. Sick of It All is bigger than ever. Mm-hmm. Did you expect that a couple of years ago?
Did I expect what?
To be so big, that sound of music, especially amongst metal people.
Yeah, I mean, well, hardcore has always been popular, at least with the people that I hung out with. You know, I mean, all my friends, we all went to the hardcore shows when they came around, like the Bay Area and stuff. You know, we all, even though we went to all the metal shows too, and we didn't like dress hardcore or look, you know, like have the mohawk and everything, but we all still loved the music. You know, I saw GBH and the Cro-Mags, Discharge, Attitude Adjustment, you know, tons of hardcore bands, old DRI, when DRI was like really hardcore, shit like that. I mean, we were all totally into that. So, I mean, there was never like a separation. There was like, you know, it was just kind of like an accepted thing.
So that's your roots.
Mm.
Cool. And now you're playing in this large stadium. I guess your band took off playing garages as well.
Yeah, played plenty of Oakland fucking punk rock parties previous to us playing these large stadiums. So it's cool. I mean, I remember the first show that we did was our roadie Scum. He had a house, and basically what he did was pirate all the electricity in there. He wasn't even supposed to be living there. He wasn't paying rent or anything, so he just pirated. He was basically squatting in it, and we just had a party there, and it was, you know, we crammed like about 150 people into this house, and I mean, this house was falling apart. I mean, like, there was all the stairs had rotten away, so we had like these milk crates that like led up to his house because all the stairs had completely rotted out, and just like we had like people jumping and shit in the whole floor. I mean, you could literally feel the floor going like this. I mean, it was ready to collapse. We destroyed the house. It was great.
And now you're playing Ahoy for like 10,000 people or something.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good feeling, you know. It makes us feel really good.
You are accustomed to playing large venues now?
I wouldn't say I'm accustomed to it. We've played some pretty big shows on this tour. This is definitely by far the biggest tour we've ever been on. We just got off tour with Napalm Death and Obituary in the States, and that had us going through, you know, really big clubs to very small clubs, you know, like 2,000 capacity clubs to whatever, 400 capacity. But this is definitely by far, I mean, we're playing like 10,000, 8,000 seat arenas and shit, and they're packed. So it's cool. I mean, the best way I can describe it is just when you look out there and you just can't even see the back of the room because it goes back so far. I mean, and then just to have all the people going off, it feels good.
Yeah, well, Should be
It's
amazing.
quite a rush.
Yeah, it should be amazing. This is quite a start you guys made. What do you expect to come?
Well, I don't know. What do I expect to come? Hopefully money at some point. That'd be great, just because we don't have any money.
Not ready? Not ready?
Not yet. Not yet. We're still waiting for that money to come so we can pay our rent and whatever. That'd be a fine thing.
That's a strange thing. I mean, it's like most of the time when I speak to bands, they're like, which are like in the most creative period of their existence, they're like so fucking poor, and the money comes in just 2 years later or something.
Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know. I'm amazed to it myself. I'm not really complaining though because I'm out on tour with Slayer and it's helping us sell a lot of records and it's actually helping us become friends with a band that for a long time was basically our idols. I learned how to play guitar to Slayer, those fucking early riffs. So it's cool to finally be out and be touring with a band that you really respect. I mean, like I can go through all the songs. I mean, I still go out there and watch them on stage every fucking night, listen to some song and still get like chills down my spine. So it feels good, man.
Yeah, that's something. Your drummer used to play Attitude Adjustment.
Yes, he did.
So he decided to quit.
Well, actually, Attitude Adjustment had folded at that point. They weren't a very stable band by any stretch of the word. They got together and broke up like every
Week.
year. We'll give it a year at least. So I guess he was just looking for, at the time when we had wanted him to be in the band, he was in a band called Grinch, and which was like more like a Jane's Addiction type thing. They were actually really cool. I really liked the band, but and that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get him in Machinehead was just because like I had seen him in Attitude and I knew he could do all the hardcore shit. But then if you saw him in Grinch, he got to play all this other like really open type shit and like kind of like not really funky because it wasn't really like a funk type thing. It was more just like really heavy groove, just like fucking. They had like elements of hardcore, but they also like were more kind of like in a Jane's Addiction kind of like weird area. So to see him like be able to do all that stuff too, like it was cool. I think with Machinehead he kind of gets to combine like both of the areas, like the hardcore shit from AA and then the more fucking weird shit from Grinch, and kind of like combine it all together.
Wow. You mentioned Body Count. You play with Body Count?
No, we haven't played with Body Count. I don't know where you heard that from.
That's a rumor. I heard this played. They played Utrecht in a small club, and a friend of mine said, "Well, I saw Machinehead there." I was like, "Whoa, no way, no possible."
We might have been in the audience or something, but we haven't played with them. We haven't played with Body Count ever.
In the States right now.
Chris knows Ice-T fairly well.
He knows him personally.
Yeah, but Ice-T actually checked us out at the Foundations thing. But other than that,
maybe I mixed it up or something. I don't suppose so, but
someone's lying to you.
I know. I'll find this bastard.
The hell out of him.
Anyway, right now in the States, Green Day is so massive. I heard that they sold out the club where Kiss played in Detroit, 20,000 people in two hours.
Damn, that's fat.
Underground music is so fucking big now. Doesn't surprise you that?
Green Day. I wouldn't consider Green Day underground music by any stretch of the word.
They used to play like even smaller clubs like this room we're in now.
Oh, yeah, totally. But that doesn't mean that they were an underground band. I mean, they were a pop band, a pop punk band. From day one, they were a pop punk band. And pop music is what's at the top. Pop music is always what's at the top. So I never considered what they were doing underground music. I mean, just because they were smaller at one point doesn't mean they were underground. And, they signed to Warner Brothers, so you can't really be too underground when you sign into the biggest label in the entire world. I think Green Day is a good band, and I respect them for what they do, but, they're not my particular style of music. I think they're all right.
Okay, but then even Offspring is getting big, and they're independent, and Bad Religion is doing great, and you got a lot of metal bands getting huge, and Helmet is big. Yeah. I don't know if that's metal, but it's crossover, though. I mean, that's not what I expected to be like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I guess it's
neglected all the way, or something by the media.
Well, music's always a reflection of the times, and maybe times are a little bit harsher, a little more crazier 1994. It's going to be 1995 in less than a month, 5 years away from the year 2000. Who knows what the fuck's going to be happening. So I think that kind of urgency is starting to come out in the music. I think that's why such heavy music is starting to be accepted now. People can understand it and relate to it. That frantic pace, that kind of confused, frustrated sound that's coming out.
Yeah, because it's like you got the Dynamo Festival over here. Were you guys gonna play it?
We hope so. I think so. It's like in August or something, right?
Last year, 120,000 people showed up there.
It's fat, man.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking people. There's a lot of good bands too. Prong and Danzig and Life of Agony played, and fucking can't even remember all the bands. I remember reading a review of it though. I'd love to play. Sick of It All played too. That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine thing.
Well, isn't it scary playing that large amount of people?
Fuck no, that's gonna be killer. Seeing crowd as far as the eye can see, that's gonna be amazing, man. I'm gonna get those kids to go fucking crazy.
Over here now, this Machinehead album is getting off now. You guys have been a rumor, like, check out Machinehead. They're getting big. Their album is great, but of course to you, this album is already old stuff because you recorded a long time ago.
Yeah, not really old stuff. I mean, it's kind of weird because like. The thing that's going to be weird is like we're going to go back to the States now and we're going to be touring with Slayer and we're going to have the same set that we had when we did the Napalm Death obituary tour because we're not allowed. Like here we got a 45-minute set, but back in the States we're going to be opening because it's going to be Machinehead, Biohazard, and Slayer. So we're going to get like a half an hour set. So we're going to play the same set that we were playing on the obituary Napalm tour, but to like hell of more people that didn't even know that we existed, so that's going to be kind of weird.
There's still a lot of people who are into Biohazard and Slayer who don't know what Machinehead is about.
Yeah, well, the one thing that has, maybe like not heard it or whatever, it's like MTV refuses to play our video because, at least MTV America refuses to play the video because of the line, "Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast." So for whatever reason, there's kids that like, base a lot of like what they see on, MTV. Like if they don't hear it off MTV, then it's like, oh, well then it must not be cool or whatever. I mean, we have sold a lot of records in the States, but it's been cool because we've done it with no MTV airplay or, only underground video airplay, which is killer, so this tour will definitely help it. And they don't play it, we didn't really care. We're like, you're not gonna play it? Oh well. They just said the line was sending the wrong message. Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast.
I mean, in my opinion, you're even cooler when MTV refuses to play you, so.
Yeah, that's what we said. We were like, oh yeah, too heavy for MTV? Fine. The thing that pisses me off is just like, the way they try and broke it down was like, your line sends the wrong message, but then they'll play the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody every hour, which has the line, "Mother just killed a man, put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead." And you're telling me that sends the right message?
They even play Ghetto Boys videos.
Because what? Because I'm screaming it in an angry voice and he's singing it in a nice voice. That makes the difference. I mean, if you take the two lines, "Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast," and "Mother just killed a man, put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead." The Queen song is obviously the harsher lyric, but whatever. I mean, that's just like what got to me the most, like their reasoning behind it. It's like, whatever, you don't like the song, hey, fine, whatever. It's too heavy, whatever. It's too fucking harsh for you, whatever. But don't sit there and try and judge my lyrics, try and judge the line when you're playing something that's far worse, in my opinion.
They misjudge your line. What does it actually mean then?
I'm not going to explain what it actually means because I wrote the lyrics to that song purposely. I purposely wrote the lyrics in that song to make somebody think. I purposely called it Davidian to make somebody think because I know a lot of people don't know this, but Davidian actually means something really cool. Davidian, 3 years ago, before David Koresh took it and made it into something bad, meant someone who takes the pain, poverty, and hate that surrounds them and turns it into something positive. then 2 years ago, some fucking dickhead in Waco, Texas, turned his cult into the Davidian, the branch Davidians, and now it's forever going to be revered as this bad thing. And I knew that at the time, you know, and I knew it would cause controversy and bring attention to it. That's purposely why I did it. But see, if you dig a little bit more behind the word and actually find it, you know, it's the same thing with like Hitler, who took an ancient symbol, ancient Indian symbol that was a symbol of power and strength, and turned it into 50 years ago a swastika. But now this ancient symbol, which meant something good up until 50 years ago, is now going to be revered forever as this evil symbol. You know, so that's the reason I did it. And I wrote the lyrics purposely so that when you did read them, you'd make your own story about it. I didn't, like a lot of our songs I write like, this is what this song is about. You can't take it any other way. But with that song, I wanted to like paint a picture in someone's head. You know, I wanted somebody to be able to read those lyrics and make it like part of themselves.
Yeah, that's cool, man. But over here, of course, it's different because, first of all, most people don't know actually that the Branch Davidians were the same people as in Waco, Texas. So the lyrics, I mean, it's English and people speak Dutch over here, so yeah. It's more. How do you say it? They get the interpretation is a lot more difficult for them. So yeah. It's cool you explain it.
No, I just assume not explain it. You know, I mean, if they enjoy the song and enjoy the lyrics, if they hate the lyrics, so be it. You know.
What I mean is like it's cool that you just said it. What it is more or less about. So.
Okay.
Because even I was like, I didn't know that was behind the song. Didn't even couple it to the Waco, Texas drama. So anyway, another subject. You're into tattooing.
Mm-hmm. Or getting tattooed.
You've been to
two people.
You've been to Hanky Panky.
I have a couple of friends that have been to Hanky Panky, and I don't know. They weren't. I wasn't really happy with the work they got, and neither were they. So. I don't know. I mean, I know he's like a really famous tattoo artist and stuff, but I don't know. I guess I'd have to. The people that I know all got small pieces too, so that could be like part of it. I know he does really good big pieces, so I don't know. I'd like to go there. I don't have the time though. I'm gonna get tattooed by Bernie Luther in Berlin in about 6 days, which I'm really looking forward to because he's like world-renowned tattoo artist. That's gonna be cool. Got a piece on my forearm here.
What sort of piece are you gonna get?
Well, it's basically going to be like, I'm going to just kind of like steer him in the direction and let him kind of like go off on it because I want him to like make it some of his art too. But basically what it's going to be is like religious icons, like good and evil kind of combined with like I'm going to have them like all over here. So it's going to be, it could be like from any type of religion, not just Christianity. No, I got 2 tribal pieces right here. And I want this to be just like fine line, really detailed, small, a lot of shading and stuff. It's the type of work that I want to get from now on. It's because I got 2 big tribal pieces on my arm.
It's getting so big now. I mean, you're also pierced. Does it belong to metal music, or is it the lifestyle?
I mean, well, pierced. I mean, yeah, it's trendy. Not too many people have this one. I personally went. You know, I used to have the one through my side of my nose, but I did that myself too. I just like took a hoop and went, like 5 minutes. And so I had that one for a while, but I did that one really messed up. Like I had it like going in a fucked up angle, and I was kind of drunk when I did it, so I didn't really turn out like as good as it could have. But so I went with this one just because this one's like a little more unique. I mean, as far as like the piercing, I mean, if it makes you feel better and it makes you feel, makes you separate yourself from the crowd, then I think that's why people are doing it.
That's why you do it?
Yeah, individuality. That's why anybody would do it. Just like getting tattooed. It's like a personal thing. It's a way for you to make yourself individual. I've got a tattoo on my stomach and a tattoo on my back that people barely ever see, but I did it just because to help me personally, because I wanted to do that to myself. Not because I wanted to go, look, I'm tattooed, because I barely even show it to anybody. Nobody even knows I have those tattoos.
So you're not the Henry Rollins type?
What do you mean?
Oh, he likes to show off and.
No, I mean I ain't like that. I just have it. It's more for like personal stuff. Make a way of showing your individuality. I think that's why anybody would do it. Plus to shock people. The sheer shock value of it alone is worth it.
People still shocked.
Yeah, I get all kinds of looks.
Tell me something.
Huh? Just people look like, what the hell is that? You'll see like him talking.
No
What the hell are they doing? Look
I
at his
thought just-
beard. Look at his nose.
Cool, because I was like,
It's weird though because sometimes I forget that like I have the nose ring and shit, and like I'll be like looking, I'll be like, what the fuck's the matter with them people over there? And then I'll be like, okay, this.
but soon you'll be a famous one, a famous person. People recognize you now already. So maybe it was that. Maybe they were like, look, there it is here.
No, these are like older people that were just like, what the fuck's the matter with that guy?
You're not bothered by that? You enjoy that?
No, I don't care. After it just kind of like sometimes it strikes me as weird, when I'm like looking at it because I don't understand it at first, and I'll be like, okay, they must be just tripping off the fucking piercing or whatever. Because you forget it's there because I can't see it unless I'm looking in a mirror. I can't see my beard unless I'm looking in a mirror, so I forget about it constantly. I don't even think about it.
How long have you been touring now?
Since August, we've been touring. We did a 2-month tour with Napalm, and then we've been on tour now a month. And we're going to be on tour till Christmas Eve. Then we get 2 weeks off, and then we start the American leg, and that goes on for 2 months.
How do you keep up, and how does your voice keep up?
My voice has been holding up really good, surprisingly. I better knock on some wood. It's been holding up cool. I mean, like every once in a while it'll be like rough after a night, but singing night after night, that's what's gonna happen to you. I mean, health-wise, on this tour I take pretty good care of myself. I haven't been like drinking hella, and I don't smoke weed. Like the other night was the first night that I really got drunk, and plus I had a day off. Like it was the day before yesterday, so as far as like after the show, I'll just like drink a beer or whatever, drink a lot of water, and just whatever, take care of myself. It's the best way. The way I look at it, I'd rather not get hammered every night and be able to put on a killer show every night that I have to than be able to fucking drink till my fucking guts puke out with a couple of fucking kids after the show. Cause the next night those kids ain't gonna know it, and I'm just gonna sound like shit.
It's a little bit almost straight edge attitude.
Not a straight edge attitude, because I don't ever tell nobody I don't think you should drink. Everybody else in my band fucking drinks a plenty every night, but they don't gotta sing either. Your throat's a little bit different than if I just had to play guitar every night, I'd drink fucking every goddamn night because it wouldn't matter if I was hungover. My fingers would still move just fine. But when I drink a lot, it like dehydrates you and it just like fucks up my throat, man. So like I just can't. It's weird, like the part of my voice it's weird because like before I started touring, I was always worried about like losing my voice. But the part of my voice that I thought that I would lose was like the higher range, like the higher notes that I have to hit. But it's not. When I lose my voice, it's like the low shit, like the death metal shit, like the ew type shit. So like on that Napalm tour, I got like kind of sick and I started losing my voice. And that's the part that went, and I kind of freaked. I was like, whoa, that ain't fucking cool at all, because I thought it wasn't the part that I thought I'd be losing. So now I just take care of myself a little bit better. Make sure fucking things go good.
Are you guys writing new material?
Yeah, we just recorded a new song for this soundtrack. This movie's going to be coming out like in the beginning of the year called Demon Night. It's going to have like us, Megadeth, Ministry, Pantera, White Zombie, Biohazard, a couple other bands. It's going to be like the soundtrack to this movie, and we recorded one song for it. Turned out pretty cool.
Cool. Most of the time, movies come out over a year, half a year, or maybe a year later. What is it about, this movie?
It's like it's a zombie movie.
Cool.
Yeah, lots of fucking splatter and lots of naked women.
Oh, we're gonna check that out.
That was the hook. That was the hook for us. We were all, yeah, okay, damn proud to be a part of it.
But this is just one new song. You planning any new albums already?
Nah, our record's only been out 4 months, so we're not really planning on it. We do have a couple of new songs, but
Do you write them to her?
Nah, not really. I mean, fucking yeah, there's not really any time to. I mean, we're lucky enough to get sound checks, let alone write. So it's been going good. We got the 2 new songs, and they're both really heavy. They're different, but they're still very, very heavy.
What's a day on the road like?
Day on the road, wake up at about 3, go into catering and get some coffee, drink a bunch of coffee, eat some breakfast at around 5, sound check, go and like fucking do my warm up shit, play, drink, hang out with fucking kids, drive on to the next show every day.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, fucking whatever. We got like Paul from Slayer's got a soccer ball and shit, so we kick the soccer ball around or whatever. You know, if that's like.
You're into soccer?
Well, we don't really like play a game of soccer, but we'll just like kick the ball around and shit, just to like, you know, do something. We stole some weights from this place in Portugal. They had like a weight room in the back of this fucking arena that we played, and we're all like, yeah. So we stole a bunch of weights from there, like dumbbells and shit. So we've been working out, like just to do something, because a lot of the time there's nothing to do but just like sit around. So at least fucking whatever, work out, lift weights.
You don't check out a town when you're there?
It's kind of hard because a lot of the times like a lot of the clubs are like located like on the outskirts of town or like far away from like downtown, so like you have to take a taxi. But a lot of the times, you know, we have money, but it's like American money or like money from like the previous country we were in. So just to like go through the hassle of like changing the money just to get a taxi to go downtown, you know, it's like it's just not even worth it sometimes, unless we can get like kids to take us downtown.